Picture this: a red and blue streak soars across the sky, landing in the heart of Metropolis with a message that's sparking cheers and jeers. On July 11th, 2025, James Gunn's Superman hits theaters, and it's not just another caped crusader flick. This is a bold, in-your-face story about an alien immigrant, Kal-El, the Man of Steel, trying to find his place in a fractured America. Directed by DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn, the film stars David Corenswet as Superman, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult as the scheming Lex Luthor. But what's got everyone talking? Gunn's calling this an immigrant story about basic human kindness, a message he says we've lost in a world drowning in online vitriol. And oh boy, has that stirred the pot. Superman as America's mirror. The story kicks off in Metropolis, where Clark Kent, a 25-year-old reporter at the Daily Planet, is already a superhero and smitten with Lois Lane. But this isn't just about saving the world from meteors or mad scientists. Gunn, the mastermind behind Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad, frames Superman as an allegory for the immigrant experience, a nod to the character's creators, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, second-generation Jewish immigrants who birthed Superman in 1938. I mean, Superman is the story of America, Gunn told the Times of London. An immigrant that came from other places and populated the country, but for me, it's mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something we've lost. The film dives deep into Superman's struggle to reconcile his Kryptonian roots with his Smallville upbringing, all while facing a world that sees his old-school values, truth, justice, and kindness, as outdated. A 10-minute scene between Clark and Lois, debating geopolitics and the morality of killing, has already raised eyebrows. Superman's strict no-kill code clashes with Lois's pragmatic view, making their romance a battleground of ideals. Yes, it's about politics, Gunn admitted, but on another level, it's about morality. But here's where it gets spicy. Gunn's not shying away from the political firestorm. With anti-immigrant sentiment simmering across the US, he knows his film will hit differently in red and blue states. His response to potential haters? There will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it is about kindness. But screw them. That's right, Gunn's throwing punches before the first ticket sold. Cheers, jeers, and everything in between. The moment Gunn's comments hit the web, X lit up like a Metropolis skyline under siege. Supporters hailed the return to Superman's roots. Finally, a Superman who gets it, posted at Comic Fan for life. Siegel and Shuster made him an immigrant icon for a reason. Gunn's bringing that heart back. Others weren't so kind. Truth, justice, and free stuff for illegals, snarked at Concert Librarian, echoing a viral post that racked up thousands of likes. Gunn's turning Superman into a woke lecture. Hard pass. Another user fumed, eliminating the American way from his tagline to the human way is a slap in the face to people who take pride in their American identity. The backlash didn't stop there. Some fans on X called the film un-American, pointing out it was shot in the UK. They don't want to pay US workers fair wages, one user claimed, while another warned, if half of Americans see a superhero being kind as a political attack, America is finished. Meanwhile, the trailer, dropped just before Christmas 2024, sparked debate over its 2-hour runtime. The trailer showed the whole movie already, groaned at Superfanix. Should have been 2.5 hours to flesh out the geopolitics. Media outlets piled on. The Wrap called Gunn's vision a sharp tonal shift that's filtered through moral decline and immigrant identity. Variety noted the film's timely resonance, given nationwide unrest around immigration. Rotten Tomatoes praised the inclusion of other DC heroes like Hawkgirl and Green Lantern, suggesting they balance Clark's boyishness. But not everyone's convinced. This was a mistake, one blog post argued. Removing the American way will tank the box office. A hero's heart in a cynical world. Let's set the scene. Metropolis buzzes with chaos. Lex Luthor, played with icy menace by Nicholas Hoult, seizes on public distrust to challenge Superman's do-gooder image. A foreign war pulls the Man of Steel into a moral quagmire. intervene and risk being seen as a US puppet, or stand by while people die. The trailer shows Clark, glasses fogged with doubt, grappling with Lois's pointed question: is it that simple when you're seen as a symbol of America? Crypto, Superman's loyal flying dog, adds a touch of heart, soaring alongside him to the Fortress of Solitude in Norway's icy Svalbard. Gunn's pulling from deep comic lore, Grant Morrison's all-star Superman for Clark's earnest humanity, John Byrne's hipper take for his Daily Planet swagger, and even a nod to Christopher Reeve's iconic posture. David Corenswet, who Gunn picked for his huggable kindness, channels a Superman who's desperately trying to be small, despite his towering presence. Rachel Brosnahan's Lois, meanwhile, brings journalistic grit, with the actress praising Gunn for weaving journalistic integrity into the story. The ensemble, featuring Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific, Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, and Nathan Fillion as Green Lantern, hints at a broader DC universe, with Gunn teasing a potential Superman-Batman-Wonder Woman reunion. Superman's past and America's present. Superman's immigrant roots aren't new. Siegel and Schuster, sons of Jewish immigrants, created him in 1938 as a beacon of hope during the Great Depression, a time when America wrestled with its own identity. The United Nations even dubbed him a refugee in a 2018 book. Gunn's not reinventing the wheel. He's doubling down on that legacy. But in 2025, with immigration debates dominating headlines and online meanness fueling division, his timing feels like a lightning rod. Gunn's no stranger to controversy. His Guardians of the Galaxy films blended humor with heart, but his Peacemaker series showed he's not afraid to get raw and real. Yet, Superman's a tougher sell. Unlike Batman, he's not a guaranteed box office slam dunk. Man of Steel, 2013, grossed $670 million worldwide, but Batman vs. Superman, 2016, hit $874 million, showing the Caped Crusader's edge. With Superman tracking for a $90 to $125 million domestic opening, the stakes are high. If it flops, Gunn's DCU vision and future projects like The Brave and The Bold could take a hit. A hero we need, but will we listen? Here's where I get real. Superman's always been the guy who does the right thing, no matter how corny it seems. In a world where people sling insults on X faster than a speeding bullet, Gunn's betting on a hero who's unapologetically good. I respect the guts it takes to make kindness the hill to die on, especially when half the internet's ready to call it woke propaganda. But I worry, will audiences show up for a sermon on compassion when they're craving action and escapism?